Hello everybody out there in YouTube land. Good times for all, or Zachary Zabala here if you prefer. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the water that you can find in your local convenience stores. And we're going to compare them with water that comes straight from the ground here. This is well water without any filter on it at all. About 22 feet down here from northern Indiana. We have some Ice Mountain, Dasani, we have Glacio Smart Water, Fiji Natural Artesian Water, Aquafina, Clover Valley Alkaline Water, and then Clover Valley Distilled Water. Now what I have here is an ionizer, and it's going to separate the water molecules, I have to put that in quotations, from everything else that is mixed in with them, attached to them, so to say. I'm going to do them each for 5 minutes. I have a little timer here, and I'm going to set the camera up a lot closer so you can really get a good look at what's going on. So yeah, I'll be right back. I'm going to get the camera moved up and get the first experiment running, and we'll get this started. So I'll be right back. Alright everybody, so we're all set up here, okay? I'm going to take some of the straight out of the ground water, 22 feet down, from North Judson, Indiana. No filter at all. We're going to fill it all the way up. We'll just set that back here. Then our first one, oh yeah, will be the Ice Mountain. Now it says, I don't know if you can read that, from a sanctuary spring in Rodney, Michigan, Everett, Michigan. There's a few different springs it's talking about, and it just says spring water. 100% natural spring water. Refreshing the Midwest from sustainably sourced springs. Okay. So here we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through the actual, once I get it started going. So we're going to be doing a lot of these 5 different experiments. You don't want to sit here and watch 25 minutes of this happening. So I'll fast forward it, and then we'll take a look at the end and show you what all happens. So alright, here we go. I'm going to hit the timer and this at the same time, start it, and flip that on. And you can see right away the ionization starting to take place. So enjoy, folks. Alrighty folks, as you can see, give me 1 sec, I'm going to wipe these down a little bit. Again, this was our well water here, straight out of the ground, no filter at all, and this was Ice Mountain. We'll take a little bit of a closer look here. Ew. Doesn't look like I would really want to drink either of them. There's a nice thick black solid ring on this one, really thick, and it's a darker color. And then the well water has a ring as well, and it's not as dark, but it's still pretty nasty looking. Okay, well, it's really disheartening. But again, a lot of these could be vitamins, minerals, stuff like that. So, but it is stuff that we are putting into our bodies. So okay, here we go. I'm going to set up the next one and we'll get that one going. Alright everybody, we're set up here for test number 2. We're going to be doing Dasani purified water and Glacio smart water. So Dasani says bottled by a, well, don't worry about that. Purified water, magnesium sulfate, potassium chloride, salt, negligible amount of sodium, minerals added for taste, and purified by osmosis, by reverse osmosis. So we have our Dasani here. We're going to fill it up. Nice and up to the brim, real close. And then our Glacio Smart Water. See if I can't get it so you can read it as well. It says vapor distilled water up here. Vapor distilled. Calcium chloride and magnesium chloride and potassium bicarbonate. Electrolyte sources. Electrolytes added for taste. So we're going to see what these two look like. Fill it up to the brim as well. There we go. Alright, we're going to hit the timer and the go at the same time, and I will see you all back here in about 5 minutes. Come on. Alrighty folks, as you can see, it is not nearly as bad. Smart water, believe it or not, I can't believe it, because a lot of the videos I watch, that stuff turned even way worse of a black. But it's got definitely a haze to it, a tint, and neither of them really got all that bad. I don't know, if we don't get a lot in the next one, maybe the device is turning fault. I don't know. So not as bad as the first two. Alright, I'm going to get the next one set up. Again, that was Dasani on the left and the Smart Water on the right. We'll see what happens with the next one. Be back here in a minute. Alrighty folks, for this next one, we'll be doing Fiji Natural Artesian Water and Aquafina. This is pure water. Perfect taste. Okay, so we'll start with the Fiji. It says bottle at the source, Yagara, Levu, Fiji Islands, silica, 93 milligrams per liter. Calcium, 18 milligrams. Magnesium, the pH is 7.7. Bicarbonates, 152 milligrams per liter. And total dissolved solids, 222 milligrams per liter. Natural electrolytes and minerals give Fiji water its soft, smooth taste. So, we're going to see what happens here, folks. Let me pop the lid. Never opened one of these before, actually. I'm just going to take the whole top off. I don't like having the little squeezer things. Okay. And then we go to the Aquafina, which also says it is done by reverse osmosis. Purified by reverse osmosis. It doesn't say anything about what is added or anything like that. So we'll see what this is. Fill it up to the brim. Alright, I'm going to start it up, and I'll see y'all back here in about 5 minutes. Alrighty folks, as you can see, we have the Fiji on the left, which is the natural spring water, which has gathered quite a distinct color and gathered a lot of stuff at the top, just like the other spring waters that we have. Now, the Aquafina is actually the clearest one we have had so far. It is reverse osmosis, but there's nothing added to it. They don't add any of these other chemicals. These other minerals to it. It's got a little bubbling at the top, but and a little bit of a tint, but for the most part it's the closest thing that we've come to just pure distilled water so far. Again, there's some nasty stuff there on the top, but again, that could also be just vitamins and minerals. So don't get too grossed out about it. Alright, we're going to take a look at the last one here. I'll get it set up and I'll be right back. Alrighty folks, here we are. We're set up for our last one. We have some, this is just Clover Valley alkali water, 9.5 pH. Purified water with electrolytes added for taste. Let's see. Purified water, potassium hydroxide, calcium chloride, magnesium chloride. It doesn't say anything, it just says purified. So it doesn't really tell us how it's purifying it. But we'll take a look here. So we're gonna fill it all the way up to the brim here. And then I'm gonna get the distilled water. This one's going to be a little bit trickier. It's just pure distilled water, purified by distillation. That's all it says. This one's a little bit bigger. Here we go. All the way up to the brim. Alright, so I'm going to start it up and I'll see y'all in about 5 minutes. Alrighty, folks. That one is now complete as well. As you can see, the distilled water doesn't look like it did much of anything there. Sorry, I'm just cleaning off my instrument. What we've got is slightly tinted orangish yellow here. I did a little shake there at the end and it kind of dropped off. That was collecting around one of the rods. I can see a lot of little particulates in here floating around. Trying to get it to focus in on something here. Let's see. Come on, focus. Yeah, anyway. With my eyes I can see bunches of particulates floating around in there. You can kind of make them out, but anyway, as you can see, it's the distilled water looks just like it when it started. And this has a nice little haze to it. So alright, I'm going to get them all set up and we're going to take a comparison look at all of them. Be right back, folks. Alright, everybody. So this is what we get. We're going to take a close look at all of them. First we have nothing but water straight out of the ground. No filter at all. You get this brownish tint to it. A lot of floaties in there. Pretty nasty looking when you do that to it. Next we have Ice Mountain, which is probably one of the worst of all of them. It's got some pretty nasty coloring to it. A really thick black line of stuff. And a lot of floaties as well. And stuff there at the bottom. Now again, this could all be vitamins, minerals, stuff like that. So you have to think about that as well. Next we went over to Dasani. Reverse osmosis. This seems to be a not bad way of distilling water. I believe both of these, well no, Smart Water, this one here was vapor distilled. This one here, and this one was reverse osmosis. And I believe we'll get to it down there. These two are pretty much almost the same. Kind of a haze to it. You can see some floaties in there as well. This one over here appears to be a little bit darker. And that's Dasani and Smart Water there. Then we get to the Fiji. And as you can see, it's got some nasty stuff floating on top. Pretty thick line there, and then floaties down here at the bottom, and some collecting down there at the bottom. But again, that's natural spring water, just like these other two, really. These are all, the three worst ones are the natural spring, where I don't even know if they are filtered. And then the Aquafina, I forget what they say this one was. Yeah, reverse osmosis as well. And this one seems to be the best one I've found without any, really not a whole lot in it at all. It looks pretty good. So the Aquafina seems to be the clearest one when it's all said and done. Then we go to the alkaline water, the Clover Valley. It just says it was purified. And then with electrolytes added. Same with the Smart Water here. Let me see it. Enhanced with minerals for a pure fresh taste. It doesn't say it adds electrolytes, but it's adding the potassium chloride and all that other good stuff. But the alkali water is a lot like the Smart Water and the Dasani. The Ice Mountain the well water and the Fiji are all more like your well water type, straight from the spring. The Aquafina, it just says it's purified, what was that, reverse osmosis? Yeah, reverse osmosis with nothing else added into it. So Aquafina, not bad. And then of course distilled water, it's just pure water still. It looks the same. So that's it, folks. Now again, just because it has all this stuff on it doesn't make it bad water. It just means it has things in it. You'd really have to go and test each one of these things separately to find out what they are. But those are the things I found in the waters you can buy. I'm going to get a distiller, and until then, I think I'm going to be drinking some Aquafina. So that's it. Good Times for All signing out. As always, thanks for watching.